I think that was cool.
I like synchrony.
Okay.
Okay.
Hey guys.
Hey guys. Or hey everyone.
Hey gals.
I know. Hey everyone, because you know the men be watching too. Hey everyone. Okay, so 3, 2, 1.
Hey everyone. So I'm Patrice.
And I'm Michelle.
And this is our new channel.
Wild Business.
Wild Business. Okay. So we created this channel on a whim because, you know, just do it, don't think about it.
Yeah, and we just really love like what we're going to be talking about. We just really love it. Sorry guys, we're actually drinking some wine.
Yes.
Some rosé. So I'm feeling it a little bit, but we're still here. Okay.
Yeah.
So what are we going to be sharing on this channel?
So this channel is going to be all about show reviews, hot topics, what's going on in the social world, all those things.
Yeah, all of those things. And like I mentioned, we are drinking rosé, so we're going to try to have, you know, a different drink, you know, wine and different things like that on these episodes. And we would love for you guys to join
Yes,
us.
grab your glass.
And let's go ahead and get into it.
Yeah, so today we're actually going to be discussing the new season of Married at First Sight. This is season 13, and we're actually going to jumpstart from episode 4.
Yeah. And yeah, we love Married at First Sight, so we're excited to get into the season, especially because last season was a mess, okay? Hot mess, wild business, okay? We're excited to get into this season. So this episode starts off with the couples, they just got married, and now it is the night of the wedding. So the wedding night.
Yes, the wedding night and their first day being married.
Yes, yeah, / first day being married. So let's get into our first couple. We're gonna start off with Bao and Johnny.
Yes, the Vietnamese couple.
Yeah, I really like Johnny. I like him. I feel like he's
Bao?
Bao's cool.
You don't like Bao?
She's cool. I think I like them more together.
Okay.
I like Johnny and I like Bao and Johnny.
Oh, okay.
No, but nothing's wrong with Bao. Nothing's wrong with Bao at all. Nothing's wrong. I feel like I like the both of them because I feel like they're authentic to themselves. And I feel like they're going to pair well with each other because they have kind of like similar practices. They're kind of a little OCD. They're kind of, you know, they have their own ways, and I feel like they're going to be able to mesh well, I think. But let's just go ahead and get into that night. So for Bao and Johnny, it starts off with them basically coming into the room and seeing that I believe Johnny's sister had Chinese tradition bed sheets there that's kind of encouraging them to like make babies and grandbabies and all of those things.
Tradition?
I think she said Chinese, but I thought they were Vietnamese.
Yeah, they're definitely Vietnamese. It was something Oriental, I think.
Yeah,
is that proper to
Asian.
say?
Yeah,
Asian.
tradition.
Traditional.
Yeah, traditional. And it was kind of encouraging them to like make babies, and I was like, I feel like that's already a lot of pressure to put on someone if they've known each other already and they just got married.
So let alone they just met.
They just, you know, reconnected and just got married. So it's like, that was a lot. But I think it was cute at the same time too, because it gave them a chance to kind of talk about it and kind of share some traditions, you know? So I thought that was cute. And I also like the fact that Johnny told her that, you know, if he ever makes her feel uncomfortable, to let him know, because he doesn't ever want her to feel that way. And I feel like that really helps build intimacy, because I feel like no one wants pressure. You know, the more pressure you give, the more I'm like, you know, you're doing too much. So yeah, I like that about them.
I definitely feel like he's been respectful. I really enjoy, they both seem to be invested in their culture, and I think that that's amazing that they're from the same culture, so that they can continue to share that and have those same traditions in their home with their family if they continue to be married.
I love that.
And I'm also a really big fan when we see in Married at First Sight, like the people who are at the aisle knew each other already or dated or were interested, because it's like, y'all was meant to be.
Yeah, right? It's like, oh my gosh, I know you. This is weird but nice at the same time. Like, who would have thought? Okay, so Rachel and Jose.
I just remember this. I think all the couples in like probably the history of the show, like when they go to get help like undressing themselves, Like it was like, don't go all the way.
Yeah, like, you know, just unbutton like one or two, you know.
Because you need help. You can't do it by yourself.
It's a lot. It's actually a lot.
But you don't want to start to see all the Spanx.
The layers that held you together.
Oh my god. But what's their names? Johnny and
No.
It's the Rose.
Rachel. Okay, Rachel and Jose.
I don't know, and you might.
I already know what you're thinking. Go ahead.
You can feel. I mean, everybody has their own opinions. This is my opinion.
Yeah.
But Jose gives me real short man energy.
Oh my gosh.
Because short guys have the stigma of being like very big on overcompensating, biggest ego in the room, loudest in the room, just extra, all out extra. So I would love to know his actual height to see if my theory is correct.
Well, he's definitely short.
He said that?
No, you can tell.
I haven't seen. They're like one of my least favorites. So when they
come on,
I'm just like, okay.
Okay, yeah, no, he's brought that up too. He hasn't said his height, but he has said that he's not 6 feet.
I'm sorry. That's not what you laugh about. That's not funny.
It's not funny because that's his life. That's his life.
It's just funny that I'm right.
Right. So he does. Yeah, he's smaller. Mm-hmm. He's smaller. So with them in particular, I feel like he made one comment, and this was like a confessional thing where he said that, I guess he was talking about, maybe they asked him, you know, how would you feel about your wife, like having, you know, sex with her on the first night, blah, blah, blah. And he basically was like,
it wouldn't be
masculine. Yeah. I was like, who says that? He was like, wouldn't it be masculine if he were to tell her no? And I felt like that was kind of doing a lot. Mm-hmm. And it kind of made me feel like, I don't know, because Jose is giving me different energy. Mm-hmm. You know, I'm going to leave it at that. He's giving me different energy. So I'm interested.
Dipping in different ponds.
You know, I'm not sure. You know, it's a little back and forth.
Oh, God.
But it's
out. It's okay.
But it seems like Rachel is fine with it from what we see. And I do like that they're affectionate towards each other. And it seems like she is cool with what he's giving. Mm-hmm. And that, listen, whatever floats your boat, mm-hmm. right? Because if you're married to that person, like, you're married to that person. Yeah. We're not married to him.
Yeah. I definitely think that Rachel, I would love to know what goes on in their minds, like the actual, what do they call, specialist minds, when they decide to pair people together.
Yeah.
Because it does seem like Rachel is, like she talks about how in the past she wasn't as confident in herself, and she's starting to build that confidence now that she's lost weight. And it seems like even in real life, women who are slightly less confident are usually with guys who are super confident. You know what I'm saying? Like super like talkative, always like overpowering them. And it seems like that might be the dynamic I'm picking up.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm. Because right now, like, they're like, oh my God, you're the same person, I'm the same person, blah, blah, blah. But you see little things that he'll say, and even the way his family talks about him.
Yeah.
Like, he's real,
strict.
Seems like, his way. He knows what he wants. He likes it his way.
Yeah, he's kind of by his book. Mm-hmm. And it kind of seems like, okay, so I'll get you onto my
page.
living.
Yeah,
mm-hmm. exactly. Okay, well, we'll see how that goes. Next couple we have is...
You didn't talk about how you went to bed with his bow tie?
Oh, the bow tie.
Oh, gosh.
I feel like that was a very, like, I feel like that was kind of planned in his head. He intentionally wanted to kind of, like, show off a little body. Mm-hmm. And she was like, oh, yeah, okay, I guess he got some little something going on.
This is like sidebar, but there was this short guy that I knew. Mm-hmm. He was the typical short guy persona. And we were at a party, super laid back, house party. People are in like regular jeans and a shirt. He comes dressed to the nines, and the shirt unbuttoned all the way. The buttons start here. That's always what you see.
Extra.
They love the body.
Yeah.
So the next couple that we're going to talk about are Mirla and Gil.
Yeah.
Their first night. Well, she fell asleep their first night, pretty much.
She was like,
She's like, she's going to bed. But the next morning.
Oh, no. You missed out. They talked about that was
No, he talked about
But
then she was like, I'm going to sleep later.
But they did, yeah. She was like, I'm not about to get into this right now. But I do like the fact that they shared that, and I feel like they shared that bond. And I like the fact that maybe that was a little bit of why the couples want. I mean, I'm all over the place.
This is one.
This is the one. It's a little bit. I feel like that's why the experts wanted to pair them together, because they have such a strong thing to bond over since both of their fathers were murdered. And I like the fact that, he opened up and kind of shared how he felt and said that it was something that he dealt with. And he gave her the space to share, and if she wasn't ready, he didn't pressure her. He was like, okay, bet, that's cool. I mean, he asked the next day. Yeah, he was like, I do want us to share this bond. Why did you not continue it? But I like that they have that. It's unfortunate, but I like that they have that.
Yeah, that was nice that they bonded over that. Hopefully that could continue to be, well, not the foundation, because you don't want your foundation to be tragedy, but they'll continue to build that bond. But I definitely noticed how, even before the first night, Mirla has been very strong on, we're not kissing, like no type of physical touch or intimacy, physical intimacy. And she said that night before they went to bed too. And she went to sleep with her long johns on to make sure.
Long johns, okay? The pants reaching the floor.
Long sleeve,
right here,
all the way up.
Right here to the neck. How would you feel if you were in that position? Do you feel like you would be reserved? Would you be completely open? Or do you feel like you would kind of meet? See how you feel.
I kind of understand Mirla a little bit just based off of the last season. So if I knew I was on the show and I had watched the last season, I would have my own reservations as well. Because you don't want to be played and then played on national TV at that. But I feel like, because just seeing the previews for the next coming shows, I feel like hers is like more deeply rooted than she just wants to feel like you're really here for the right reasons. I feel like she might have like trust issues, or I don't want to say intimacy issues, but
she probably doesn't want to give up too much too soon, because what if it doesn't work out? And she doesn't want to feel like she gave that up. That makes sense. That definitely makes sense. And I feel like if that's something that you feel strongly about, that's cool, but then you have to also just keep your spouse in mind. At the same time, because
I think it's really hard to say. And of course, like, it's different if you have your own religious views that play into it, but I think it's really hard to say that you're married and you're going to stay married after the 8 weeks and you haven't had any like sort of physical intimacy, kissing, holding hands, hugging, nothing like that. Because I feel like that's one of the things that deepen a relationship as well. Right.
So I wonder how long she's going to kind of stay in that space. Because if it is throughout, because from Married at First Sight historically, I've seen the couples that haven't really shared any intimacy, and not sex, but just intimacy, and whether it was the wife or the husband that was like, I don't really feel there, I don't feel it. They don't not worked out. No.
Even when they get married and they get divorced after, but that's...
Okay, next we have Brett and Ryan.
Yes, Brett and Ryan.
I need a little bit more facial expression from Ryan. Me personally, like, I get it if you're introverted and you're reserved, but I need your face to not look flat all the time. And I feel like 95% of the time Ryan's face looks flat. But I really like Brett.
Yeah, I really like Brett too. I love her personality. She seems genuine. She seems fun.
Very true to herself. So I wonder, because I know I'm kind of getting ahead of myself, but I know like his friend, also named Ryan, basically said that she's gonna have to like bring things out of him, and she said that she's never been responsible to. So that's gonna be interesting. But I think that there's something about them that's cute to me.
So I always root for the underdog, and I've already claimed Ryan as my underdog. I love the people with the quirks. So I really do like Ryan, and I like Brett. I feel like my vibe from them together isn't vibing right now.
It's not vibing.
But I feel like that's the editing, because whenever it cuts to them, like, the music is real trash.
That is true. true.
Like it's low energy. It makes you feel like they're not doing anything.
Yeah, like it's just dead air. Yeah. I hope that they're able to, because I feel like I can see them working. They seem realistic to me.
Yeah.
They seem realistic.
Like they're both being themselves.
Yes. Yes.
And they seem like they both want to be there.
Yes. Yeah. I like that.
How was your first night though?
Girl,
I don't remember. Yeah.
Okay, so the last couple of us talking about like just the first night portion is Zach and Michaela. So they also feel authentic to me. I like Zach and Michaela. I feel like they're the definition of like someone bringing something out of someone. And when I say that, I feel like Michaela really, I like the fact that she makes him feel comfortable, because he seems like he can go either way. He can either be reserved or be like, fun and free, and that's what I get with them together. So I like that. I like their initial intimacy. It seems authentic.
Yeah, I definitely like them together, and I especially like that they were matched. I feel like that was a good match.
That was a good match. Yeah.
I have some reservations about their relationship.
Okay.
Just because I feel like, and it's not necessarily a bad thing, it might just be my own personal experiences, but I feel like they're moving really fast.
Okay.
And like relationships that seem to start like whirlwind romances usually have like disastrous ends. And it doesn't necessarily mean that they'll end and they won't make it, but something like epic, climactic might happen in the midst of their relationship.
And it seems like it will.
Yeah, and it seems like it will.
Right, from the previews, it seems like it's going to be a...
Yeah, because they already seem like they love each other.
Yeah, like, oh my gosh, you're perfect. You're perfect. I love you. Oh my gosh, and this is great. And it's like, guys, it's been 24 hours.
Yeah, literally.
Like, let's have a little bit of a wall up. Just a little bit. Just so you can kind of get a feel for that person.
And they already had sex.
They did. They did.
They had sex on the first night?
They did.
Yeah, because we already saw the first night.
But she already said that she was here for
Oh, yeah.
She was here for it.
Yeah, she said
she
was like,
she
listen,
meant it.
all his babies, okay?
Yeah, all the vibes, Okay, so let's get into the next day, or the next 2 days, I guess.
Wait, is it wrong that they had sex on the first night?
I don't think it's wrong if the vibes are right. I feel like for me, from what I see, like for example, they're always going to be a reference for me. Chris and Paige. Chris was already giving red flags, and I feel like that kind of made me feel like, but girl, why did you do that?
Yeah.
But for Zach and Michaela, I feel like they're both vibing well with each other, and if that's what comes out of it, you're married. What about you?
I feel the same way because you are married, and I mean you signed up to the show to be married, like you knew it was gonna be fast paced. So I don't think you have to on the first night. I definitely don't think you have to.
No, and that's okay if you don't feel comfortable. Yeah, not at all.
But if you do feel comfortable enough and you don't feel pressure from either party, I think it's okay if you do.
Agree.
Yeah. Okay, so just moving on to the rest of the episode, as well as summing up our thoughts and our feelings from the beginning half of the show. And starting with Bao and Johnny again. Like I said, I really love that they share the same cultural traditions. I think that's going to be great for them, a great foundation for them, right? Exactly. I didn't take no notes on them because I enjoy them so much. Like when it's them, I'm just watching.
Yeah.
And I'm here for Bao, me personally.
Okay.
I like her personality.
Yeah.
She's definitely more reserved than Johnny.
Yeah.
But I like her.
Yeah.
I did notice how Johnny mentioned that his love language was touch, and she was like, oh, touch is like 0 for me, and she's more acts of service, and I think she said gifts or something like that.
Yeah.
It made me think just for a moment, I don't think that's a make or break at all. I think you can learn to speak your partner's love language. I think that's the point. But yeah, that was interesting.
Unless, like, if they're not putting on for the cameras, I do feel like although touch is not her first love language, she's still accepting his little affection. And I feel like that, it doesn't seem awkward. So I feel like that alone should be able to anchor them until they continue to get to the place where they're more and more comfortable. And then it's like, okay, you should not be cringing when I'm hugging you, So I feel like I like the fact that she's at least meeting him there, because you can tell that he needs those few intimate moments. So I like that about them. I know when they met with their friends, or he met with her family / friends, they shared how she kind of had a psyched out moment about the gift.
Yeah.
And he gave her a jersey, and she was like, "Whoa, I wanted a brilliant mind. I wanted a Nobel Peace." She was so dramatic.
She was very dramatic about that. Like, calm down.
People can have range. You can be intelligent.
You a gift, first of all.
You can be intelligent and also enjoy sports. It's not like a meathead, musclehead, whatever you call it. But anyway, I like the fact that he asked. He was like, "Hey, so is this kind of what to expect? Like, does she psych herself out?" And I think they were like, yeah." So I like the fact that they have them meet the friends and family, so they can kind of get a realistic. Because of course, if you're meeting someone for the first time,
they don't put on.
Yeah, you're showing your what's the name?
Best self.
Your best self, exactly. And you're showing there's another word for it, but anyway. So I like the fact that they shared that, and he knows in the back of his head, like, first of all, don't get her anymore.
I'm thinking ideal image, but that's plastic surgery, ain't it?
Yeah. Yeah. So that's them.
Anything else about them? Yeah, that whole sports jersey thing, she definitely overreacted. She's definitely gonna have to like work on that, because even like you could see his reaction to that was like, that was a minor thing for you to blow up about, and it was. Right.
And I like that as they continued throughout the night, they spoke about the intimate moment. We can get into that too. When they kind of like talked about intimacy, and he kind of just threw it out there. He was like, so sexually, like, what are we working with? You know, like
he's not here for the anal.
Johnny said he likes vanilla. Okay, in and out. That's gonna be all he needs. Okay. But I like that. Although I felt like
I just peeped when he said vanilla, and he meant because he want chocolate, because he don't want.
No, no, I think he just meant vanilla.
Wait, no?
Vanilla meaning like very plain. Very
because that's what I was thinking as I was watching.
Yeah.
But my mind just went real left.
Oh, no. He meant vanilla like, listen, vanilla's always around. He gets the job done. Okay? If you want to dip into something like a little rocky road, you can. But he's fine with vanilla.
Okay.
What the heck is this gonna look like when it comes time to edit? First of all, I feel like my eyes are in two different places.
I think that's the vibes. Well, business.
Oh my gosh! Are we gonna be tipsy every review? Sickening.
Let's go. Cheers.
Meanwhile,
let me just drink this. I'm grabbing the same bar.
You can see that, girl. I didn't even see I had a little drop. So. Where were we? They're sharing the intimate moment. I like the fact that he asked her that, and I like that she was open to it. Although it was like awkward and cute, I love that.
She also didn't answer.
She didn't? Oh, she didn't.
Maybe that's because she is super reserved about sex. Like she felt uncomfortable talking about it. Or maybe she's super kinky too.
She could be. She said, but she answered something though, because she was saying how the fact that she likes she can tell that he's going to be and like a good lover because of
how he kisses.
Yeah. So that was cute. I like that. I was a little uncomfortable, but I liked it.
Why are you uncomfortable?
Because I always get uncomfortable when I feel like intimate moments are
like you're intruding.
Yeah, I feel like I'm in the room and I shouldn't be there.
I understand.
Yeah, but I'm glad they had that conversation. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. I think that's all our thoughts on them. I'm interested to see what happens with Johnny and his family side, especially since his dad hasn't been there. First, he said that his dad didn't agree. Yeah. But then it was actually revealed by the family that his dad hasn't been active in his life for pretty much most of his life. So interested to see how that plays out.
And she asked about him too, the dad, and he kind of and I like that she made him feel comfortable about that too. Kind of like, hey, I'll be there to like make him feel comfortable. Should that, opportunity arise for her to actually meet his father, because he wasn't there at the wedding, obviously. I like that she was like, I'll put on a nice, outfit and I'll speak Vietnamese. Yeah. So I like that. I love when someone makes someone feel comfortable. Yeah.
As she should.
Okay, so next we have Rachel and Jose. So Rachel and Jose. Let me think.
Oh, Rachel and Jose. The first thing that popped out to me was when they were packing for their honeymoon, and he was gonna pack condoms, and she was like, "Oh no, you can't have babies that way."
Yeah, I was like, "Whoa, are you saying this for TV or is like, let's no, maybe we should."
Yes, like he's still a stranger. You're married, but you're married to a stranger.
Right.
This could not work out.
This could not work out. But I guess maybe you shouldn't think that way because we didn't think that way. But I guess we had time to know our husbands.
We knew them.
Yeah. Like
we fully knew them.
That's true.
And to just not even bring them, like it's okay if you didn't use them.
Yeah.
But to say you not even bringing them.
And he had a slew of them.
Yeah.
Okay? It was like 10 of them on the bed. Because Jose was like, listen, if the opportunity arises, I'm trying to be ready. I don't want no excuses. Oh, I gotta go to the store. No.
I wonder if they STD check their people.
I'm sure they do.
They
Please. Yeah. COVID, STD. 2 tests. Okay? 2. Very important.
And a genetic test, but
I thought that's after the 8 weeks.
People don't do that.
Genetically test?
And they should.
I didn't. I had to want to have my baby, but I did it beforehand. That's interesting. I didn't even think about that. That should be encouraged, just so you can know. Yeah.
But would that persuade you either way? Should that persuade you either way? Yeah. Especially because if you already love the person and everything.
Yeah. Something to think about. So they met the families.
And
it felt pretty standard. I feel like we kind of learned that Jose is Jose. He's very by the book, what he wants to do. And Rachel doesn't have to get on his page. And Rachel is, she has her little ways too. And that's cool. He learned about it. And I feel like it was kind of like, okay, it was stuff that we already knew about.
Yeah. I was so, not really annoyed, but interested with the dad, Jose's dad. He going in. Like, the food's good. He could care less.
He had little to nothing to say. Little to nothing. I'm like, you're his dad. Yeah.
He was like, I came here to eat. Y'all can talk.
Yeah, no. Production had me here and gave me a plate, and this plate is going to be finished. Okay? I'm not going to waste anybody's food.
Oh, something random, but something else that bothered me about their whole first night together.
Okay.
When Jose said, "Oh, sing happy birthday" while she was brushing her teeth, and then he offered to brush her teeth.
It's a little weird.
Why?
I feel like when you don't know what to say or do or maybe he is weird like that.
I felt like that was controlling.
Because I want you to I want to brush it the way that I want it to be brushed.
To make sure it's well brushed.
Oh,
and I was singing happy birthday to make sure you're brushing your teeth long enough.
Yeah, that is true.
That's how it made me feel. But I might be reading into it too much because I already don't like him.
Well, I feel like if multiple things like that come up, because that time it's like, okay, awkward laugh. But if the next day you're like, oh, can I cut up your food for you? Oh, maybe you shouldn't eat that. Maybe you should eat this. Then it's like, okay, now keep an eye out for Jose.
Yeah.
I got my eye on Jose.
That was all my thoughts about them, though.
Yeah, me too.
I do think that on the bright side, because I feel like we've been on the downside with them, I do think that they both like each other. And especially since Jose seemed like he was really self-conscious about how she would feel about how he looks, and for her to be so attracted to him, I think that's great. And vice versa, because she was also self-conscious about how she looks and her body and stuff, and he really enjoys her. So I think that's perfect.
They met each other. Yeah, I love that.
So let's get into Mirla and Gil.
Okay.
I have a lot of thoughts about them.
Okay.
Like a laundry list.
Okay.
Yeah. So first, great job to the specialist, because they also have similar backgrounds, them both being Latina, Hispanic, whatever you would call it.
Oh, I love that. I didn't expect that from Gil, and when he popped that out, he was like, he loved the salsa. I was like, okay, we love to see it, Gil.
My geography is so bad, because when he was born in Colombia, I was like, Colombia, District of Columbia? Isn't
South America
Oh my god. so I really enjoyed that. And the one thing that the specialist should definitely check out or work on, if you guys are watching this and you should be watching this, is if you have one spouse or one person that you enjoy that is a pet lover, you should definitely not pair them up with someone who's pet indifferent, because people are serious about their pets, like that's their children. And like that doesn't work. Like you have to also be either a pet lover or someone who's very open to the idea, wants a dog in the future or a cat or an iguana or whatever it is, but not someone who's like, they shed, slobber, they smell, I'm really clean.
Because people see pets as, like family, as kids, you know? So like, for example, Vincent and Brianna from season 12, while Vincent didn't have any pets, he really wanted Brianna to feel like her and her dog together, like now, like that's my animal too. Like that's my, like if you see your dog as your child, that's my child too. And I like that. And I feel like you're not really getting that same vibe with Mirla and Gil. She seems very standoffish, but she hasn't met the dog yet. So we'll see if she warms up to the dog.
We'll see. Even Deanna and Greg, because from season 10, this is a throwback. Deanna had a dog that she was really fond of, and Greg did not have any pets, but he was open. And like he brushed her and they clicked. And it was all good. Like he had concerns about the shedding too. But I mean, like
it wasn't a huge deal.
It wasn't a big deal. It seems like it might be a real big deal with Mirla, especially like she seems very
set in her ways.
She knows who she is. She's set in her ways,
and she's not gonna change. She's not interested.
She doesn't. She said she don't want to change.
She's not interested. She's not. Like that's not a top priority for her.
What do you think about that too?
Not changing. I feel like you have to do a little bit of changing when you get married. You have to meet your spouse halfway. And I feel like it gets increasingly difficult as you get older, because the more, like, as you continue to get older, the more set in your ways you get. But I feel like when you're getting married to someone, you're essentially becoming one, you have to meet that person both ways. So like, for example, I guess we can get into like the topic of finances, which continues to get brought up for them too. And I know Mirla's brother was like, listen, Mirla could do that all by herself, okay? But I feel like at the same time, yes, you can cover your expenses and you've been doing that and you're fine. But if your husband has, this is what I think, if your husband has a vision for you guys and where you guys can go, and you trust that vision, then maybe you pull back just a little bit, just so you can make sure you're meeting halfway to get to that vision for you guys together. So I'm not saying cancel all of your lash appointments,
because you need them,
because you know that's fine. But maybe you don't say, oh, this is what I've been doing, so I'm going to continue doing it regardless of how you feel. You know?
I definitely think, especially if you're signing up for a show where you know the goal is to be married, you have to be open to the idea of compromise, because you might not find the person who makes as much money as you make. And even if they did, it's still going to be some sort of compromise, because now you guys have to find a way to merge your finances together. However you decide to merge them, because everyone doesn't do their finances the same way. Everyone doesn't decide to have a joint account. But the idea is that you'll probably be moving in together or having a new spot together. Like there's going to be, like finances is going to be a talk, and it can't just be, it's my way, this is how I've been doing it. Like you have to be open, it has to be give and take.
Has to be give and take. And then the other side too, like with Gil, for example, if this is something that she enjoys doing, and I feel like for Mirla it's more than just looks, it's more also too, like, I'm able to do this. I wasn't able to do this growing up, so this is something I want to do,
and she deserves.
You meet her there too, like maybe for 1 month you cover it or something like that, just to show that you do a certain activity that she enjoys doing with her or something, just so you can feel like, again, you're meeting her halfway. So I feel like compromise, that was a perfect word, compromise is very important in marriage. And we're both married, so that's where we're speaking from.
Gil seems really, I don't know what the word is, interested, invested in how her finances. I like Gil too. He seems genuine. In how her finances are spent, how much, not necessarily how much money she spends, but what she spends her money on. And that's the one thing that, while let's say she buys 10 designer bags a month, and that might have to change, I don't think it's wrong for her to want a designer bag. And I feel like the way Gil seems like he's coming off, it's wrong for her to want a designer bag.
She's frivolously spending.
Yeah.
No, I don't think that's... I feel like if things are covered, then what's the problem?
Yeah.
You know, like if things are covered, like her brother was saying, I have full visibility into
and
her
that
spending.
was a little weird. That made me very uncomfortable.
That's a bit much. Yeah. A little territorial. But he was like, listen.
They all were terrible. He was like, I protect her. She's my little sister. The other guy.
Yeah. And
I was like, okay, calm down.
And that's why when Gil was like, oh, this is going to be easy. I was like, no, it's not.
Yeah, no, it's not.
Okay, they're going to give you big, like, this is my girl energy. Okay, so we have her covered. So, Daniel, was I saying?
What was he saying? Oh yeah, like everything is covered. She's saving.
Yeah, everything's covered and you're saving and you have the extra income to go ahead and get a bag. I don't think that's a bad thing or like a luxury item if things are being done properly. Because at the end of the day, like everything's being covered and you're saving. You're being responsible. You know, so I hope that Gil is able to again meet her halfway and understand that me getting something that's over $50 is okay.
Yeah.
So I guess we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. It's definitely gonna have to be compromised on both parts, but I don't think, you know what I'm saying. Like she's not wrong and he's not wrong
because
they just have to find a happy medium.
Right, because if you're not someone who ever gets anything designer or luxury, like because I know he mentioned that money doesn't drive him, and that's kind of a concern to her. I feel like, again, it goes back to meeting each other.
Yeah.
It definitely goes back to that. There was something I was going to ask you, girl, but I forgot.
It was interesting to me, that conversation, the money doesn't drive me conversation. I don't think that's an issue for you guys to be driven by different things at all.
Okay. Really?
I think money matters, but just because I'm motivated by money and you're not doesn't mean that we don't work or we clash.
I could see it. I could see problems arising.
Why?
Because I feel like if someone is really motivated by money, it becomes a thing where they will not stop until they get to that optimal place. So imagine like you're like, listen, money, grind. I'm trying to do it. I'm living for this. Like I'm trying to get us to this next place. And then your spouse is like,
I'm comfortable.
I'm perfectly fine. I can see it being an issue because that's balance won't be there. Because if you're like, I just want to hang out, and your spouse is like, no, I'm trying to work until 10 o'clock and make this money, there can be issues.
Yeah.
So I don't know how laid back Gil is, but
yeah.
I don't know.
I guess we'll see. I guess we'll find out.
One last thing about them. I didn't like how she was like, low-key throwing shade
at the hotel.
Even if it's not that cute, like just relax. It's paid for. Relax. Like just be a good sport.
So I'll definitely be the first one to say when I'm going someplace, like I want the place to be nice. I don't want to feel like I have to wear sandals in the shower. I don't want to have to get somewhere and feel like I need to clean. Like, no, I don't want to do that.
Yeah, I get it.
I want it to feel luxury, especially if I'm going on vacation, especially if it's my honeymoon. However, if I get somewhere, especially if I did not pay, the accommodations are the accommodations. Okay, I was flued out.
I wouldn't say anything like on camera.
Yeah.
I whispered it afterwards, like,
especially because it's your head and you just met him.
Yeah, so you're like, you seem
like you're negative.
Yeah, like, oh, like that. Like, I feel like for my honeymoon, or, you know, like, oh, I
didn't have a dream honeymoon, but it wasn't this.
It wouldn't be this.
Oh my God. And
save that for pillow talk.
Real negative.
Yeah, I don't like that. I don't, because he seems like he's picking up on everything. Some people will probably go over their head like, oh, she's just, you know, but I feel like Gil's like, oh, okay, noted.
Because he said, how am I going to keep up with her?
Okay. Mirla's going to be a wine and dine kind of girl.
Yeah, definitely. And she said she's a whiner too. Yeah. She did say that.
She did. She's, at least, listen, she's laying it on the table.
She is.
I
like that about her.
Right. Because you're going to get what you, like, what you see is what you get. She's not hiding it.
So, I mean, we'll see how they work. It just seems like it's going to be compromised, but it would be compromised either way. Regardless, yeah.
So next is Brett and Ryan.
That's how the music be on the show. When it's them. She's a city girl. He's a country boy.
He's a country boy.
I got nothing to say.
Nothing. I think we mentioned it already that, you know, we did mention it already, that his friend was basically like, you're gonna have to like drag a little bit out of him. And I feel like for her, she's taking mental notes, and I feel like she may feel like that may be a little heavy on her to have to be in charge of. But it seems like she's open to learning him, understanding more about him, vice versa. He seems like I don't know what to really think about Ryan, but he seems like he's kind of in it. So yeah, that's why it's hard to read them, because it's hard to read him, because his face is always poker face. So I don't know.
I feel like another one of those things is signing up for a show like this, especially when you don't know who your spouse is going to be. You just have to go into it with an open mind and like think, not the worst is gonna happen, but like the opposite of what you think you want is what you might get. Because when the moment he said country, like you kind of saw her and her bridesmaids' faces all go like, what? You know, she's like, country? What's country? Are we gonna be killing animals? And I think you just have to be open. Not necessarily open to killing animals, because even I would be like, no, you can do that by yourself.
Yeah, you can go with your boys. I'm good.
But yeah, if you wanna spend the weekend in the cabin, as long as it's plumbing, I'll go.
Why not?
And with bug spray.
Yeah.
And electricity.
It doesn't have to be every day.
And Wi-Fi.
I don't think that's what Ryan's going for. I think Ryan wants rugged, and you're giving me glam. Okay, you're giving me glam, and he seems like he wants rugged.
But I think you just gotta be open to at least do it one time.
Yeah.
Before you completely rule it out.
Right. Yeah. Right. That's pretty much it. I can't even really. I don't think I took any notes.
Brett hasn't been in a relationship in the past 2 years. She hasn't kissed, hasn't had sex, nothing like that.
Yeah. So I like the fact that he said that. He was like, oh, well, you know, you took, you know, that kiss and I got to steal it back from you. And he like gave her an extra kiss. That was cute.
Whatever.
That was cute. That was cute. Is that it? Oh, she's afraid of planes, and that threw him off. So he felt like, he actually mentioned if he was on, if this is a date, that he would not have gone back out with her.
Oh, he said that? I missed that.
Yeah, he said that.
Really?
Because she was seeing too much on the flight, and he was like, yeah. Because now they're going to their honeymoon, guys. I don't know if we mentioned that.
I didn't see that part.
He was like, yeah, so.
Babe, he would have gone back out with her? That's a real wild reason to go. Well, I can understand how some people probably be annoying.
But then at the same time, she was like, thank you for comforting me and being there for me. Like, and she was saying herself, like, I know he really enjoys flying and like traveling and things like that. So that's going to have to be something that she's going to have to deal with. And I'm like, yeah, get over it.
Yeah. You just take some Ativan or something, girl, go to sleep. That's it. It's easy.
Yeah, simple as that. So that's them.
Yeah.
Final couple?
Oh, Michaela and Zach.
Kayla and Zach. I love their families. I love Michaela's sisters. I wrote that down. Like, I love the fact that they're very protective over her, but they're still open to, like, they're not like giving you kind of like that defensive type of thing. They're still open to her. I mean, open to him, and like really said like, hey, you know, we're looking for someone or for you to like take over the reins of us, like protecting her. And I really like that. And like, you can tell that they want to make him feel comfortable. So I like that about them. And I like his family, although his mom, and I get it because now I'm a mom of a boy, so she was kind of quiet sometimes.
I was gonna say that. I was gonna say,
because that's my son. Okay, girl, so I'm on to you. Okay.
It made me pause for a moment when they were like, "Can we trust you with him?"
Yeah,
because it made me think, or it made me feel like, can y'all trust him with me? You know, that's how it made me feel initially.
But I'm not checking for you.
Yeah,
I don't know, girl. You with my son? I'm looking for my child. I don't know you.
After thinking about it, and I was like, okay, when I have children, this is my son. You know, because women be wild too.
They be wild.
It made me kind of realize that's where they're coming from. But just for me, coming from a woman's perspective, like, you know, like, he gonna be the one doing the full, not me.
This is true.
Yeah. But that's not necessarily true.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens with them.
Yeah. I also like that they shared that Zach's dad, excuse me. I'm like he. Like, who are you talking about? Zach's dad did the first dance with Michaela.
Oh, that was super sweet.
I love that. So I love their family.
Yeah, they seem like they're gonna get along really well.
That was awesome.
Yeah. His siblings and family also seem very protective of him.
Yep.
I think they're both the youngest siblings. Yeah. So let's see how that works, because you know how the youngest ones are.
Right. And there's two young ones together, so they already each have their complexes, and they seem like family. Like they're very close with their family.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
Her father was also murdered.
Yeah, man.
What's going on in Texas?
Pretty deep over there in Texas, in Houston. Pretty deep. Was there anything else about them?
Yeah, I feel like they're gonna have a roller coaster. I feel like they're gonna have a roller, just because, like I said in the beginning, like it's already a whirlwind romance. So I feel like they're gonna be like this, at least for now, while they're getting to know each other and figuring it out. But that's what.
And I feel like that's what you're gonna get when you have passionate people. And Michaela gives me passion. Not so much Zach. But I feel like she's passionate, so because of that, it's going to be a lot of energy. Opposed to too laid back, like Brett and Ryan. I don't really see too much like going on with them. It's gonna work or it's not gonna work.
Yeah.
With them, with Michaela and Zach, I see, like you said, the roller coaster, because it's like all the passion and like, you know, I'm very emotional and I share how I feel. We'll see.
What do you think about how Married at First Sight ties people together? Like, it seems like with them it's usually opposites. Or they'll be similar in some ways, but it's two main opposite things that match them.
I feel like they do that because they want to bring something out of one person. So like if you're very like outgoing and fun and I'm more reserved, and that person also says, I want to be with someone who brings certain things out of me, it's like that. Because we have to remember that these people are auditioning to be on the show, so they're sharing certain ththings too. So you can't be like, oh, I want someone who's vibrant and fun and like will speak their mind, and then you get it and then you feel some type of way because that's what they gave you. So I feel like that's probably what Zach said, that he wants someone fun, outgoing, you know. So I feel like that's what they do on the show.
We'll see. We'll see. Would you go on the show
if I was single? I'll be scared, especially after Paige and Chris.
Oh, before Paige and Chris, they're coming Married at First Sight Atlanta.
I don't know if that's my personality.
You don't know if that's your personality? What if like I signed you up? Like, would you go?
To which part?
Like you knew, like I signed you up. I told you I signed you up. I told you they're waiting to audition you on this and this day at this place. Would you go? Would you show up?
I'll be nervous. I don't know. I don't know if I would go. Would you?
I don't think I would.
Okay.
I think I would want to know you before. Like I would want to know, like we picked each other, not we were picked.
But at the same time, I think seeing the successful couples on Couples Cam, I'm like, dang, but it could low-key work.
It could low-key work.
Yeah, but are you willing to take the risk of it?
Yeah, the same way blind dates work and you know, all that stuff works. You always hear those Tinder success stories.
You know what? Sorry to cut you off. I wouldn't do it at this age. I think if I was 35 and older, not saying, you know, this is just my personal thing. Right. If I was like 35 and older, I probably would be open to it. But I think if I was like 27, I'd be like, no, I could just wait. Right. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe at 35, because maybe by then I'll be like,
whatever. Listen, like it could work. It could work.
Right now, if I were single, I don't. Yeah. Yeah. I want to see you first.
Yeah. Okay. So I think that's it. I think that's So the next episode is going to be them. They're in Florida on the honeymoon. Florida Keys.
Shout out to the hometown. Not Florida Keys,
but you know. So yeah, they're gonna get into it. And it seems like there's gonna be some things that's going on with Michaela and Zach already getting us prepped.
Already going on the
on the what you call it, incline.
Decline.
Wow. But yeah, so that was this episode. That was season 13, episode 4. We hope you guys enjoyed.
Yes, hope you enjoyed our commentary.
Yeah.
And join us next week, same place, same time, for episode 5.
Yeah.
No, okay.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
And that's the wrap with Wild Business.